Hey, first off, I want to say that I'm currently sick, so hopefully my voice isn't too raspy or messed up. Anyway, today we've got a new major order that just popped up. We'll go over the briefing, discuss a mistake you should not make, and talk about what the best game plan is. And there's much more we'll be discussing. If you would like to support the channel, please tap the like button below at any point and subscribe with notifications on. Well, if you didn't know, there's a new major order that just popped up, and there might be some confusion about where to go, since we have to exterminate 500 million Terminids, while also stopping the Jet Brigade from attacking the DSS logistics hub. The stakes have never been higher, and is going to be an intense major order that you'll need to pay attention to. Before I go over the big mistake that you should avoid, let's first see what the newest briefing says. This way you can get an idea of what's going on, just in case you're not near your console or PC. With that said, here's what the new major order briefing message says. The time has come. The Democracy Space Station is fully constructed and ready for activation. The sole remaining steps to bring the station online is a procurement of enough E710 to power its state-of-the-art, high-efficiency Alcubierre drives. Haste is critical. The rebuilt Automaton Jet Brigade has been spotted amassing on Vernon Wells. An attack on the DSS logistics hub on Tarsh is likely imminent. If the hub is seized, the DSS itself will be next. Fighting the Jet Brigade will slow their advance and reduce the strength of each successive attack. Once online, the DSS will immediately connect to every Helldivers super destroyer. From their galactic maps, Helldivers will vote to move the station and donate resources to activate its tactical actions. We stand on the cusp of a new era of freedom. Do not allow our enemies to steal the fruits of so much honorable sacrifice. Yeah, as you can tell, we're officially on the final Democracy Space Station phase, which will allow us to vote on where to move the station, something we already knew about. However, I don't think we were aware of the resource donation feature that the developers are going to introduce with the new DSS. So I suspect this will be a way for us to donate our resources to unlock temporary special stratagems. They mentioned tactical actions, which I believe hints that there's new stratagems we're going to be able to use only with the DSS. And it turns out the leaks are true after all. Originally, I thought the Democracy Space Station would automatically provide these stratagems for us to use without any type of requirements. But it turns out our resource donations will enable us to access these new lethal stratagems. I think there's a chance we'll have to donate each time to choose a specific stratagem from the list. There are a total of 4 special stratagems that I've seen from the leaks revealed by Ironsights. However, who knows? There could be more that haven't been revealed. And it will be interesting to see what we'll be able to use and how powerful these new special stratagems are actually going to be. Also, I mentioned that there could be temporary special stratagems. I could be wrong on that, but that's what I'm kind of feeling. I think that's a possibility. Now, as long as we are successful with the new major order, we should be able to see the Democracy Space Station in action. Hopefully, the Arrowhead developers are paying attention to detail and can show us the Democracy Space Station in space from the planets we're on, similar to how we see the Super Destroyer when we're on the biomes. Okay, setting that aside, let's talk about the big mistake that you should absolutely avoid with the latest major order. We know there's the Jet Brigade that has suddenly popped up again, and we also know we have to exterminate 500 million Terminids. The best course of action is to pay attention to what's going on with both the Automaton and Terminid sides. So currently, as you can tell, the Jet Brigade is over on Vernon Wells. We don't want the Jet Brigade to reach the DSS logistics hub, because if they do, they'll make their advances to the Democracy Space Station, which will end up ruining everything and all the hard work we've put in so far. We absolutely have to be cautious with what we do, and it's probably not a good idea to stay on the Terminid side for too long, if only if the Jet Brigade is on the path to forcing their way to the DSS. Make sure that you are not making that mistake where you're not paying attention to what's going on with the left side, where the Automatons, or better yet, the Jet Brigade, can be located. If we do make the mistake of paying too much attention to the Terminid side, it could very well be bad news for the DSS itself, and we don't want to make the new major order even more difficult and strenuous. I have a feeling that there's going to be a problem here with that, and that most of us who are big fans of exterminating bugs will be helldiving too much on the Terminid planets. So if you love diving on the bug planets, make an exception this time and head over to the Automaton side when needed. Vice versa, if you're a bot diver, you'll want to jump over to the Terminid side to squash the bugs if there's nothing going on with the bot planets. I believe this is the best game plan to avoid making any mistakes that could cost us in the end. If you feel differently about the game plan so far, let me know. I'll be keeping my eyes open for your responses and how you all feel about it. On to the next topic we have today. We've got an update status on the streaming room that the Arrowhead team is currently designing. If you recall, in my previous video, I showed you this image here that was posted by the community manager Twinbeard. So you can see there are 2 desktops, 2 monitors, lights, and even a casting couch on the right side with a green screen. The reason I'm bringing this up is that the community manager Twinbeard replied to a member on the official Helldivers 2 Discord stating that this room is called the content room, and there's some technical stuff with it. The proof can be seen here where he wrote this: Twinbeard is having fun working on technical stuff in the content room. I hope the end result will be lots of fun, but the setup sure has its ups and downs. Awesome, so this room will be a way for the developers to record and produce content. It looks like a solid setup with all the gear and the green screens. However, I wonder what the ups and downs are. Now, what could possibly be so bad about the whole thing? Maybe there are technical issues since he mentioned technical stuff, but it will be cool to see their future videos and streams in the new content room, as Twinbeard has called it. Next, we have another post from the Arrowhead team, except this time it's on the official Helldivers 2 Discord. The Arrowhead support team member B Vitamin replied to a member who asked, when are we going to receive a vote to kick option? B Vitamin's exact response was this: probably not. It's up to the host to decide who they want to play with. A vote kick doesn't make much sense when the max group size is 4 on a peer-to-peer system. I believe this right here is perfectly fine, although at the same time it could be a useful feature just to stop players from kicking other players who did absolutely nothing wrong. There are a lot of games out there with a vote to kick option, so that might be something you all would like to see implemented. I will say that the Arrowhead team did a great job this year when they made it so that if you were kicked, you didn't just leave the planet you're currently on and go back to the ship. You would remain on the same planet, just in a different lobby. As would the teammates that kicked you. They would be on the same planet, just in a different lobby. So with that being said, what would you like to see? A vote to kick option, or would you like it to remain the same? Let me know in the comments below. Continuing forward, in my videos, I like to bring up in-game bugs that are popping up so you know about them. Now, recently a patch was released last week that fixed quite a few bugs. However, there appears to be a new bug that just surfaced. But the good news is that the Arrowhead QA team will be on it, hopefully patching it sometime soon. Currently, there's been reports with the evacuate mission where it stops you from progressing forward even when you have rescued 30 out of 30 citizens. Now, as you can see here in this post, a member replied to a support team member on the official Helldivers 2 Discord about the issue. B Vitamin's response was that she'll make sure to bring it up with the QA team, and that post was created during the first week of November. So this should have already been looked into. So soon enough it should be resolved, and it might have already been resolved, to be honest. A hotfix could very well be on the way sometime this month. Not to mention, the support team member B Vitamin also explained how the QA team process works. If you have a bug that's been popping up as of late, whether it involves a mission, an enemy type, or whatever the case may be, you'll want to make sure to go into detail about it so the team can properly address it. In a post, B Vitamin gave an example of an issue that was patched previously, and this is what she wrote. Yeah, this is it exactly. The more info I have, the more likely that the QA will be able to find and repro it quickly, and then we can get more bugs fixed faster. If I said evacuate doesn't work, and then QA tries it and it does, all I've done is waste their time. But if I said it will auto-complete on the first activation of the terminal on D10 only against both factions, PC and PS5 users report different experiences. Now they have more to go on. I'll make sure this gets raised Monday, assuming that it isn't already on the list. Maybe it is already on the list, but I'm sure QA will tell me. And there you go. Make sure to detail your bug reports, otherwise they might not be resolved and there could be problems with it being tested. I thought this is a great piece of information to provide you with, and you can get those pesky bugs patched faster and help the team out as well. Moving along, I've seen quite a few comments in the previous videos and even on the official Helldivers 2 Discord and even on Reddit where players are asking for new content, whether that's new enemies, missions, or even a standard war bond. And I agree, I think that's what we need, and I believe we'll get there eventually. The thing is, the Arrowhead developers had to focus on the 60-day plan first before giving us new content to mess around with. I believe once we are able to gain access to the new Democracy space station, we'll then see the new content. Now, as you all know, the Gloom is still there on the right side, and I believe the Hive Lord boss is waiting underneath there, and soon enough, we're going to face off against it. I also think there will be new missions as well, especially if there's a new super colony underneath all that Gloom cloud, right? Previously in the past, we received a nursery mission, which was quite fun and unexpected. So I think if we hold off a little bit longer, the new content will be arriving soon enough. Anyways, the very last post I want to bring up is about the laser cannon stratagem. Apparently it has the same armor penetration 4 as the Senator does. Well, we've got confirmation on this when a player asked if B Vitamin had any clue on what the armor penetration is for the laser cannon, and her response was AP4, which again is the same as the Senator. What I might do in a future video is show you guys how powerful it is against all sorts of different armor types, whether that's Hive Guards, Brood Commanders, you know, maybe even Hulks. Just go through the whole list. So it's time to go over your recommended loadouts. If you don't know, I've been showcasing loadouts that have been posted in the comments below to feature you on the channel, and I've been doing that for quite a while, as well as highlighting the top comments ever since the game was released. And that's what we'll be doing today. If you've already posted a suggested loadout previously, post it again and I might select it for the next video. What we have is a loadout by a player named Dr. Bonker Inc., who posted a loadout called the Mad Scientist build. We're going to be using the Blitzer to stun lock enemies and blow up these smaller bugs. The second weapon is the grenade pistol for blowing up nursery spewers, bug holes, and enemies that are grouped together. We've got the beloved thermite grenade for chargers and bug holes if needed. Next, for stratagems, Dr. Bonker recommended how great the Blitzer and Guard Dog work together, and I agree, it pairs incredibly well. The same goes with the Orbital Napalm Strike and the Emancipator Exosuit. As you can tell in this clip, it's incredible. Lastly, we have the 500 kg bomb, which is powerful against all sorts of bug types. My overall thoughts, I like it, and I enjoy it quite a lot. I think it's a really awesome loadout. I don't have any issues with it, so I think this deserves a 5 out of 5 Mr. Pillistad medals. So with all the information being said, this is your Helldivers 2 news. We're now going to check out the top 3 comments from the previous video. If you guys would like to be featured, all you have to do is comment down below. The first comment is by Oscar MH7EZ. One more Mo Arthur than Super Tahiti. The second comment is by Amix8778. I swear to my beloved democracy, if the next MO won't be the last one, I'm gonna cry. And well, thankfully you both should know already that this is the very last MO. Well, at least for the Democracy Space Station anyways. And the last comment here is by Dr. Dick Queso. Wow, that's a interesting name. Saving orbital napalm barrages for bug breaches is the greatest way to prevent overwhelming enemy numbers. Jesus, I am so sick I can't even talk right now. Yes, great suggestion and interesting username. Incredible. Anyways, those are the top 3 comments. If you guys can, give this video a like. I put a lot of work into it. I mean, I'm incredibly sick right now, as you can tell in my voice. And I appreciate any support. I truly do. You guys are incredible. We got about 150 subscribers last time. Man, let's get to that 300 goal. Let's do it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for just, you know, withstanding my voice and all that. All the talk and whatnot. So yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.